Let's go through some basic troubleshooting. The most common question the Stellar Customer Service Department encounters is, how come none of my Stellar equipment will operate? Well, the first thing to do is make sure that the parking brake is fully engaged. If it is, then check to make sure the Stellar wire going to the brake switch is attached, or test the brake switch to see if it has failed. Why do the stabilizers on the crane work, but the other crane functions do not operate? First, try operating the crane using the manual overrides on the solenoid valves on the crane valve bank, which we'll cover how to do in a few minutes. If the crane operates, the problem will be an electrical issue of some sort. If the crane does not operate, there is a hydraulic issue. This would be a good time to call your local dealer or the Stellar Industries Customer Service Department. Let's take a moment to go over how to operate the Stellar crane manually. The first thing to do is activate the flow control. Turn the override screw on the flow control counterclockwise. A full adjustment is between 3 and 5 turns. Next, operate the solenoids needed to place the load down or store the crane. To operate each solenoid, slide the knurled sleeve out and then push or pull to operate. Be sure the sleeve is in the center locked position before returning to remote operation. Once the crane is stored, deactivate the flow control by turning the override screw clockwise until stopped. Full adjustment, again, is between 3 and 5 turns. Have the unit serviced immediately to correct the issue and restore remote control functionality. It is recommended to only use this method of operation as a last resort in order to store the crane so it can be serviced. While operating one function of the crane using the radio remote, another function wants to operate. This issue indicates there may be a problem with a crane function solenoid valve on the crane valve bank. The solenoid valve could have been installed too tight and is not allowing it to shift into the neutral position. The solenoid manual override cap may not be locked in the neutral position, or the small ball bearings of the manual override cap are missing and will no longer allow the valve to be locked in the neutral position. Regardless, it is imperative that you contact your dealer or the Stellar Industries Customer Service Department for further assistance immediately. If you need to program a handheld transmitter to the original receiver, you'll want to follow these easy steps. Before you begin, make sure to turn off cell phones and FM radio transmitters in the area. The remote control system may pick up the cell phone or FM frequency when programming. Make sure you have the transmitter and the receiver close to each other. Pull out the red E-stop button, then press the engine start-stop switch upward and hold. At the same time as you toggle the start switch, press the address learn button on the receiver unit. Hold both of these for about 4 seconds and then release. Your handheld should be synced up with the receiver unit and you are ready for operation. If you have any questions during the programming, contact your local dealer or the Stellar Industries Customer Service Department. If you need to program your Stellar CDT-equipped handheld and transmitter, follow these steps. First, press and hold the boost link button on the handheld. Then press and hold the learning function button on the receiver. The learning function button is the star in the Stellar logo. Now release both buttons when the green RF signal LED light stops blinking. The receiver and transmitter are synchronized and now ready for use.